Play my music, goddammit.
Now give me my theme music.
Not for the weak, you can't compete. Biggie back, Johnny, Moro Luciani. Plus we bringing a couple guests.
And welcome back to Not for the Week podcast, where we podcast about shit throughout the week. I'm your host, Burrow Luce, aka Biggie Bag Johnny, and I'm with my bro,
Jiggy Jeff, aka Christian on the way as well. You know what I'm saying? AKA the Bawan, aka your baby mama's worst nightmare. I don't know.
We just dropped kicking it, so make sure to wait. What is it? This is Not for the Week, so make sure to drop. So make sure to body slam that like, share, and subscribe. Wait, so make sure to body slam the like, share, and subscribe button. I don't remember how that shit goes. Anyways, we are about to interview Rob Van Dam, one of our favorite fucking guys, because he's high flying and he fucking smokes.
Yeah.
So
he's a Hall of Famer too.
Yeah, we don't really care about that because we were fucking with him before he got to the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
Very true. Yeah. I mean, this is childhood, man.
I remember watching Rob Van Dam, like the young Rob Van Dam, where niggas didn't know that he was like, where niggas thought he
Matt
was
Byrne, nigga.
Yeah, like, or they thought he was Jean-Claude Van Damme's brother. Like,
yeah,
when he was younger, he looked just like Jean-Claude Van Damme. And the only way to see Rob Van Dam back in the day, well, when I was watching him, I was watching Rob Van Dam at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
ECW.
I'm going through fucking tables on fire and battling with like Taz and fucking Sabu and Bam Bam Bigelow and shit like that. Like,
Tommy Dreamer, nigga. They was going at it.
Bam Bam Bigelow was one of my favorites. I remember him and Rob Van Dam going at it and shit like that. Like, oh, this motherfucker for real. And, I remember seeing Rob Van Dam come to WWF. Like, oh,
That was my shit, man. When he came to WWF and the world got to see like what we got, like was all going crazy for, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Monday Night type shit. Like, I feel like he had such great matches in the WWE. I mean, nowhere near like the ECW era, but like that nigga had some legendary WWE matches too, though, man.
I mean, he was part of the Big Six, so like they didn't need a whole roster like they do now. You know what I mean? And that's fire. You know what I mean? And that's that's some shit we can relate to. We don't need a big roster, and that's what everybody needs to understand. Like, you don't need a big roster. You need about like 6 to 10 people that you can rely on.
Loyalty, right?
Yeah, and you know what I mean. That know that's gonna get the job done. That that is gonna protect their craft and protect the ones that are around them. And Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, John Cena,
the Dudley Boys.
I think it was Randy Orton and Chris Benoit or some shit, and that was your 6. That was, you know what I mean. That was your roster. So to see that roster every Thursday, Friday on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's where he really flourished, when he got a chance to be on. Like, he had some great matches against, like, the cruiserweight division was a lot better back then. Even though he was everything, he bounced around, but he was a high flyer. He was fighting niggas like Tajiri, and he was fighting like Rey Mysterios and shit. You know
what I'm saying? The man, the myth, the legend. Listen, it is such an honor. It is such an honor right now. Mr. High Fly 5-star himself is in the building. Rob Van Dam. Gentlemen, what's going on? 420 friendly? We good in here?
You know what, man? I still got to twist mine up.
Oh,
I got it.
Take your time, brother.
I got it ground up with. I don't know if you guys.
All right, fuck it. I didn't know we were smoking on this episode. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Go
man.
ahead.
Come on,
Twist it up
come
if you
on,
got
bro.
it. Hey,
All right.
roll it if you got it. Hey, so we got Boro and Christian. Good to see you guys.
Yes, sir. Great to see you.
We haven't seen you. I know you. I know you see millions and millions of billions of fans over and over. I done seen you at the big event. Every big event you at in New York, I see you there. Every Detroit trip, every time like you're close to like PA or something, Rob, we always get to cross paths and brush shoulders. You super cool, man. Love you, man. Like yo, I appreciate you taking the time and doing this interview with us. How you feeling today, man?
Dude, fantastic, as I like to say.
That's awesome, brother.
I'm just getting off of work my show, you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to indulge with you, you know what I mean? I always wanted this moment in person between you. I need to smoke with you, the Godfather. I've always wanted to smoke with like Bret Hart because I heard he smokes and some shit like that.
He does.
You know,
yeah, he won't mind me sharing that. We're on a lot of well, maybe we'll put together someday the bucket list tour.
Yeah, we definitely need to, man. While you doing that, I had a question to ask you, man. The Tough Man Mystery in 1990, you finished second place in the Kalamazoo Heavyweight Tough Man contest. Do you remember the guys you beat you that year?
I do. I got my trophy. Oh, I'm pointing at my screen. You can't see where I'm fucking touching. Never mind. So let me see what I can do. My trophy's like right there above. Back in that corner. I think it's in that corner. Fuck. No, it's not. It's in this corner where the money. See the Money in the Bank briefcase?
yes,
Oh
sir.
shit!
Yes, sir.
I fucking love this dude, bro.
1990 Kalamazoo Tough Man contest runner-up is right there, and I got I lost to a man named I believe his name was Emmanuel Rodriguez, 350-pound big tough guy, and he was really experienced. He would go around and do all the Tough Man, and there was another competition called the Bad Man contest, and he was doing all the. It was my first time, so I guess I did really well. But I remember afterwards, I was like really disappointed in myself because there was only one fall in the whole fight, and that was when he stepped on my foot and pushed me, and I did a roll, but the referee gave me an 8 count, and I did a back roll up to my feet. It's like what? Anyway, I was like, I remember afterwards, like it seems pretty egotistical now for a 19-year-old kid to be like, man, like I was almost in tears, like, man, I could have done better, man. I could have beat you. And this big old Mexican dresser was like, yeah, you should be proud of yourself, kid.
Yeah, literally, bro. That's amazing, bro.
He's probably really thinking, you're lucky I didn't really knock the shit out of you.
Yeah, man.
Amazing, bro.
Yo, you know what? We always cross paths in Detroit, and like it's always just like right there. I am a GWC member, and I know that's your man's, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, always out there. So shouts out to Steve out there in Detroit. GWC, man. Man, yo, what's your favorite city to go and visit, Rob? I know you everywhere. What's your favorite city to go visit?
I mean, yeah, I can't say home. That would be too
cliche.
That's not what you're looking for. So how about like Hawaii? Especially when I can take a working vacation and get booked at the I think it's called the Blythedale Arena or whatever, like shit like that. I love. One time Rikishi was running shows called actually he just started up again recently under the NWE, but man, he booked a lot of shows like around Italy and Spain, and we did like the Canary Islands. It was like so beautiful, and there was a swimming pool every day that we'd hang out at all day till like 4 or 5 o'clock, whether it was on the rooftop of a tall hill or out in front, and girls were topless down there, and we were like drinking, and I was like, oh my god, dude, I love my job.
I love my job.
I love going to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Of course, you live a great life, man. You live a great life. And you know what I realized the older I'm getting is that all these bodybuilders that Vince loved and shit like that, they need Pilates, brother. They need to stretch. They do all these muscles. I do all of these. You know, I'm a big guy.
I tell them all the time. You can stretch.
Yeah, Rob, I'm 6'6", I'm 360 pounds, and I'm huge. But like I be catching these spasms and like fucking I feel like shit. But the moment I get, like a good stretching, man, it matters, man. Like it really makes a difference.
Talking to the guy who stretches better than anybody else.
Yeah, are you still into like giving yourself or is it's Father Time catching up with you?
Well, unfortunately, without the pressure of competition a few hours from now, I don't have the pressure of really having to give everything my all. So like when I'm wrestling 5 days a week, I'm stretching for an hour every day before the match.
Yeah, you got to.
So it's so hard when it's like, okay, I got 6 months off now till I have another match. It's so hard to give it as much. So I do like sometimes half body stretches, this and that. And just from doing that, I can tell that sometimes getting back into it, now I understand why the other guys don't enjoy doing it, because there's pain involved. Yeah. And like it just used to feel so good. I would just be all stretched out, and all the wrestlers throughout my career they'd come by and say, man, Rob, I need to start stretching with you. But now I know why they didn't enjoy it, because when you go to do that, but it hurts, which it never did, as long as I kept it up all the time.
Yeah, brother.
And now it's like when I go to get into certain positions, like what? I used to like slide right into that, and now it's fucking hurting and shit. Now I get it. It's harder to be motivated, but so, you just want to get there and stay there.
I'm about to get that fucking DDP yoga. I'm about to start going on that shit.
That's a great idea. He's helped so many people. Maybe I'll do the same thing.
No, seriously. What about the marijuana? Does it help you? Because I know it doesn't help me. It really doesn't.
Yeah. So what it does, the easiest way to explain is it helps cope with everything. You know what I mean? So it doesn't kill pain like say Vicodin or something like that. It just makes everything copable. So it's like, okay, I can feel the tension down there, and like my hamstring doesn't want to let me pull my leg a certain way. I feel it, but it's not ruining my day. It's more like that, and it can help. It can help when you're doing this inner body dialogue, which is part of my stretch, because it could take away all kinds of distractions that might be on your mind, everything from a conversation you had with somebody to something you got coming up later in the night, to a damn song in your head. You know what I mean? Like,
really?
Sometimes you just want to be connected to your hamstring and say, I feel you. Like I feel like right where it's tensing up, and then when I give in, I can feel like right at that point where it's relaxing, and I want to be like right there at that edge, and then just have my body weight adding just past that comfortable zone, because otherwise you're fighting it, you're going to tense up, and then you're not going to get anywhere because your muscles don't trust you.
So real quick, my bad, Jeff. I was telling Jeff because I was privileged to watch you before. Salute.
If you guys want to grade my role, dude, that's I roll a pretty good cigarette with.
I love it.
I gotta fuck with the cone.
With a wick.
Good job. Yeah. Bro loves the cones.
I did that with my big fat thumbs. I don't have a machine, or I don't know.
But what I had the privilege to watch, like you and Taz, or you and Just Incredible, Sabu,
Sabu.
and you know, like a lot of your early matches in like where you had to watch you at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in the tri-state area.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
like, did you ever imagine you being like Rob Van fucking Dam? You're Rob Van Dam, bro. Like you get to go around the world, and you know, I'm sure when you was doing those ECW autographs, they were like 10, 20, $30, and then when you went to WWE, it was the $80 dumps. Like, so, like, did you ever see it going that way, or was it just like, yo, it is what it is? Like, we just gonna ride this motherfucker.
Yeah, I always kind of felt like a steady progression, like most of my whole career. You know, like I started my first matches in 1990,
Yep.
and by like 91, we did USWA, and so I was starting to get feedback not just from the fans but from other wrestlers, and that was the first time that someone told me that I was going to be a world champion someday. And this guy was the same guy that gave me the name Rob Van Dam, which was Ron Slinker, a wrestler and promoter. And then I went down to Tampa where he was running shows. And then it's pretty much always been kind of like a steady progressive climb for me. So, but having said that, though, I remember a time way back, you know, the first year in, when I was just like, dude, you know, I'm going to give it whatever I can. Here's what I told my dad, because I had a scholarship to go to, I think it was Michigan State College.
Wow. To wrestle?
No, I don't know. That's a great question. I got to find out exactly what it was for. It was just something my dad wanted me to act upon, and I wanted to pursue being a pro wrestler. And I said, look,
Yeah.
I said, let me give it 2 years. I said, I don't know. Like, I might have to be a referee first or something. I was only
Right.
$180, you know, and I didn't, which now might be the average wrestler, but back then it sure wasn't. And and anyway, my dad said, that's cool. You know, you give it 2 years. If you'll know in 2 years, and if you know, I would still be at an appropriate age to go back and pursue college if this wasn't working out for me. And it just always seemed, you know, like I was meeting more and more promoters, getting booked more, getting magazine pictures in the magazines and stuff like that more. And then you know, I started schooling in 89, first matches in 90, and by 93 I was already going to All Japan Pro Wrestling, and they were paying me good. They were paying me the kind of money to where I didn't have to do anything in between my Japanese tours if I didn't want to.
What about, since we're talking about names, right? Let's talk about a guy named Matt Byrne. You know, before the world knew Rob Van Dam, you wrestled the Mountie under the name Matt Byrne because you didn't want the RVD name attached to the loss.
Right.
And then Willa Monsoon got on you about your gear.
Yeah.
Where'd that name come from, Matt Byrne?
I don't remember when it popped into my head. You know, I just thought it was funny. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that, you know, and I wish I could remember like if it was from a conversation or what. I just remember like, man, this was like 92. So like I hadn't been wrestling that long, but like I said, I was in a couple magazine pictures doing the splits on chairs. Like no one had ever seen that back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. But I mean, in the wrestling business, they were already acting like I was like setting, you know, new standards and shit my first couple of years in. So I really felt like, man, I don't want to ruin that momentum. I'm getting heat from the local promoters down in Florida anyway for being jobbed out on TV and getting beat. And so it was something, you know, I wanted on the hush hush. So I changed my clothes as much as possible. my whole look as much as I could, and I went and said my name was Matt Burns. And they never put that together, I guess, as a joke. But.
Hey, we saw Riddles here on Not for the Week podcast, people. Yeah, that's awesome though. My other question I have is: you were working at a grocery store when you discovered the original Sheik had a wrestling school nearby, and training reportedly cost only $40. Do you remember like what department you were working at, and like? Was that 40? Like the produce? Like, what were you doing? The cashier? The bag boy? What are you doing?
Get snacks.
He was in the deli. You know what I mean?
So some of that's true, some of it's not. And
there we go.
I have the evidence right here.
There we go. Yeah, he's looking. Okay, cool. We're getting clarification, people.
Check this out. Because
Yes,
this is how I hold on to shit. You see this?
Yeah.
That's the Sheik. This is my contract from 1989. Where I signed wrestling a contract with the original Sheik, but it was for the sum of, if you can see it there,
fire.
$2,000?
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't $40. My bad. Shit. So okay.
Signed by Terry Brunk. And,
wow.
And one thing we discovered, Katie, my wife, just discovered this because I pulled this out. We were talking about it on my podcast. It's signed on December 12th, 1989. And I'm sure I wasn't told, but that's Sabu's birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Sabu.
Rest in peace to the great. I love Sabu, man. I actually had a question. Did you teach Sabu how to flip?
I taught Sabu how to flip. He taught me how to wrestle.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro.
I learned just playing on a diving board and a trampoline. I didn't have any official gymnastic training. Although I loved to be on the gymnastic equipment, I would always get kicked off at the Y Center. They said, I told you have to have a supervisor here. I was teaching him how to do flips. And his flips were always like a little ugly, so to speak,
Yeah.
Part of him being wild and crazy. And you remember the movie Bloodsport, right?
Yes, of course.
Do you remember the black dude that was in the Kumite that was like he was from some African tribe? And So when the Sheik originally gave Sabu his name Sabu and I watched that guy on that movie over and over again, and Sabu was trying to get down his mannerisms and stuff, and that's why Sabu would like hunch over and like dive at your legs and stuff.
Wow!
Because he was trying to be like that guy. He was inspired by that guy and be by
That's
him
amazing, bro.
As much as he could, or his back would allow him to. Yeah, that guy was really good at doing that. But yeah,
you guys were amazing, bro. Because I heard you fucking hit a spinning back kick and broke his jaw.
Yo, they not built like that no more.
They not built like that no more, bro. Like ECW is different.
That shit happened. They not coming back for a whole nother year and a half, bro. I forgot all about the motherfuckers.
He was eating through a straw, and he didn't mind because it was his own fault. I told him that I might break his jaw, and I said, because he's the teacher, and I'm like, I don't know how to. I want to learn how to do it and not break your jaw. I know I can break your jaw because I was kickboxing, and that's something else that I brought in, acrobatics and also martial arts. And he said, just try not to break my jaw. Just try to like pull it back. I said, there's not like a special place to aim for in your body or something. And he goes, no, you'll be able to do it. He goes, you're good. If you do break my jaw, then after it heals, we'll try it again. And just, don't kick me as hard. And boom, that's what happened. And then after he healed up, he was like, okay, let's try it again. I was like, damn, like I can't be shy of going for it in moments like this, or I'll never learn. We could do one move every 2 months.
That's crazy, bro.
Hey,
breathe.
Yo, Rob, was you close with Chris Benoit?
With who?
Chris Benoit.
Oh, I wouldn't say close. No, I wouldn't say close, but we had a mutual respect, and we knew that we came from kind of the same era.
Yeah.
If you guys remember the match that I had in WWE with him, it was on a pay-per-view in St. Louis, and a lot of people remember that we kicked the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
He wanted that. And I wrestled him a couple of times going into that pay-per-view match. And afterwards, or the next day, he would always say, like, man, when you send those kicks in my ribs, lay them in. Just, fucking lay them in. And he kept saying that every day. And I'm like, dude, like, you want me to actually break your ribs? I mean, isn't the idea, like, to see what we can do without actually injuring each other? And he goes, is it cool to use open language on here? Not that
yeah, bro. What?
Not that I haven't already, man. But
yeah, go ahead.
He dropped an F-bomb. He goes, no, fuck that. He goes, you and I have an understanding. We both fought in Japan. We have an understanding. Fucking kick me as hard as you can. And I did, and he kicked me back hard, and it was like that was. But besides that, I really didn't hang out with him outside of riding on the bus.
What you've known in the ring and his work ethics and everything, do you believe he did what they say he did?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I do. Now, if somebody wants to have some actual credible, if someone was to bring some credible evidence,
I got a theory.
I would be open to it. Well, I'm open to it.
All right, so listen. Chris Sullivan and Chris Benoit's wife.
Kevin Sullivan, right?
Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan.
Oh God! Allegedly, guys, it's a legend theory. Now for the Week podcast does not condone.
As soon as I heard it, it made the most sense. Chris took his wife. And didn't he get out of the WCW fucking contract because of a threat that Chris made towards his life? Like, didn't he threaten Chris's life?
I can't confirm that.
I can't confirm that either.
Was crazy, anyways, right?
I can't confirm that either.
Bro, these motherfuckers is crazy. So I believe that Kevin done did fucking Chris Benoit dirty, and they covered the shit up. I mean, rest in peace to both ends, but this is not for the week, man. We know this is
bad. Yeah, I get it.
I'm like, we keep it all the way, man.
Yeah.
We be respectful, but these are theories that we believe in. I believe it anyway.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Can I give my response to that?
Absolutely.
So what I know about CTE is a lot more than the general population, even within the wrestling business, knows about it. Right. And with that, it does make the diagnosed crazy. And when you look at the stories of people that have gotten CTE, they acting not like themselves. Sometimes, they fucking they end up offing themselves, with a gun.
Yeah.
Voices driving. They got voices, and it's driving them crazy and shit. And the counter to that really doesn't hold any weight. People say, yeah, but so and so got CTE and he didn't kill his wife and family.
Yeah,
it's very much like Alzheimer's. If you say, my grandma didn't even recognize me when she had Alzheimer's, and you say, well, that's weird because my grandpa recognized me. He just didn't recognize my sister. So you must be lying. It doesn't make any sense. It's very much like saying everybody that has concussion damage has CTE is exactly like saying anybody with a bad memory has Alzheimer's. It's a degenerative disease. And when you have it, you don't live with it. It fucking kills you. You degenerate. And then eventually, it becomes so bad that you can't function anymore. It's very much like Alzheimer's. Now there is long-term concussion damage that people have had for years. We used to call it punch drunk when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Sure. And that is very real. That's not CTE. You don't even get diagnosed with CTE until after you die and they slice your brain open. So half the wrestlers seem to think that they have CTE, but unless they're degenerating and the brain is rotting away, no, you probably don't, just because you see stars or you get that's
I've seen you, and it was kind of scary because I didn't know if it was like you fucking around. I don't know if you remember the video.
Did they really show that though? I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say one of two things.
It was like when you were stretching, dude, I gotta go stretch. Leave me the fuck alone. And then they're like, dude, you just had a match. You like, dude, I'm about to have a fucking match right now. Like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm stretching. And it was just like, are you fucking with me, dude? And you like, they're like, no, dude, you just had the match. And you like, man, I gotta go stretch. And I'm just like, bro, this dude is a monster right now. Cause
like crazy, bro.
Like, you see where it's like, yo, you see where people are just like probably like, yo, Rob might kick somebody's head off. Like,
Rob could in a second.
People think that they're all smartened up to the business now, and then you can give him anything, and they'll just assume that that's true.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Something like this. I committed to that same character on my match with Randy Orton before I left the company. A lot of people don't remember that, but I left with a concussion storyline that happened during a match. Like they would actually like really show that with all the heat that came on concussions, but people don't remember that. Like, why is it not talked about that I left with concussions? Instead, it's I left because I got burnt out after they killed ECW and my deal was up. I didn't want to resign, but they don't, but I just say thank you for that. That was commitment, and I love the heat that it gets. People are pissed at production. The camera guy.
And kayfabe is deep, man. That motherfucker, if you do it well, the fucking world will be like, I fucking hate you for the next 30 years. You're like, bro, I was just doing my fucking job. Me and that dude is cool as fuck. We actually rode together for 10 years. I've been riding with him. Like, no, Rikishi, I can't believe what you did to Stone Cold.
Sometimes like this, though, I just take it as a compliment to the art.
But yo, how mad were you? Like, did you just know? Like, let's be real, right, Rob? You riding down, you smoking.
Nope, not true.
You get
not
that
true.
fucking cop.
He said not true.
No, everything you said has been true so far, except for that. We were not smoking, dude. It was just in a bag in the center console, 18 grams wrapped up, and it was just so loud. You could smell it with the window down, but we hadn't even smoked after the show. It was just in there in the cabin where it shouldn't have been.
Got you.
So they did you dirty, bro.
And also, I've heard everybody talk about this being like one of the more famous arrests. I've even heard me talk about being arrested, but now I know a little bit more about the law. A lot of it, I watch a lot of the YouTube videos, the First Amendment auditors. You guys into those?
Yeah.
I love what they teach us about our civil rights.
Exactly.
And what the cops don't know. But one thing I can tell you now that I know, we were never even arrested. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Like the guy went through all of our stuff. More cops came. They went through our luggage and everything, put it back in the car. I got behind the wheel and I followed him to the police station.
Yeah.
Paid some money and left. There was never even a detainment because you can't drive when you're detained.
You can't exactly.
Oh my.
He got towed, and then a car got towed, and then got arrested. Yeah.
It seems like a good lawyer. Seems like a good lawyer would have pointed that out and just had the whole thing, thrown away, right?
But the whole thing is, right? I don't understand because it's like your RVD, like that's your like low key gimmick, like that. We've always known you, like back in the days. It was like that nigga smoke weed. I don't give a fuck what you say. RVD smoke weed, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You couldn't be so out there with it. You couldn't be like, yo, RVD.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We know. Yeah. As kids, we knew.
Like, but back in the days, it was like he smoked weed. So how could you? If anything, they would have made more money putting the belt on you and making it a 420 thing and like really doing like it would have made more fucking sense, bro. Like, do you think it was just because they were just hating ass bitches?
3 things to say to that real quick. Today, if I was right there in Hanging Rock, Ohio, with the same 18 grams of weed, it's not even a civil misdemeanor. It's not even
at all.
Right. Also, damn, what was I just went like 2 different ways with it. I can't remember.
Yeah, 2 more points is all I know. But fuck it.
Right, well,
listen.
To what he was talking. So I was gonna say when we did go to court over it and got some kind of a plea deal. I don't remember exactly what it was. But all the other cops did come up and say, "Man, you got the one cop that's not a wrestling fan." You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna let you know. And there was a lot of that. And the third point, I just want to say I'm very blessed. I got away with it 49 times to every one time that I ever got caught.
Exactly.
I did get caught a lot more than people realize because it never made news before. That's why Sabu was like, "We got to tell them. We got to tell about Johnny Ace."
Yeah.
We got to tell Johnny. And I go, "Are you crazy? Why would we tell him?"
At all.
He's not even going to know because I got busted every once in a while. I would speed and drive. So, the fact that everybody knew before we got to the arena really surprised me. And it was because I had the championship belts.
All right. Well, let's switch gears real quick. Let's talk about you opened 5 Star Comics after regretting the fact that you had gotten rid of your earlier comic book collection. What's the one comic you sold or gave away that still haunts you?
If I did, because I wasn't able to find it with a recent search, then it's my entire Ghost Rider collection. I thought that I had saved the whole thing, and it wasn't where I thought it was, and it wasn't in spot B either. So there's a good chance I gave away when I got divorced and I was moving. I was like, you know what? This doesn't go with the future me. It made it 40 years or so, and action figures, statues, everything, and just I think I shipped that. Something else I had though, not so much comic books, but it was a pretty cool collection. I used to grab a Playboy magazine whenever I was in a different country. So I had from Japan, Romania, India.
How many you think you had? Like a rough estimate of Playboys?
I maybe like 20-ish, probably.
That's 20 different countries.
Then closer to 40 countries, but but I think
that's
I had
awesome, man.
I just gave away that question really hurt because I just gave away my wrestling collection.
Yep, he had
I gave away everything, Rob. I'm talking about I had belts. I had every single belt you won signed by you.
Why I asked it, bro.
I had your action figure signed. I met you a couple times. I didn't spend money with you and everything, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's why I asked it, bro, because I knew it was gonna hurt you to hear that.
Everything. I just had to part ways with that shit, and that shit hurt. I cried, man. I cried.
Yeah.
Well, listen, brother.
Lifetime of collecting, huh?
Yo, do you remember the number? You remember the number you got for your collection?
Oh, I don't even know what I did with the Ghost Rider one. With both the other one, the Playboy thing, I think I gave that to, and I remember who I gave it to, and he says, "Oh, I might have that in my garage," and so I'm still waiting for him to find it. Like, dude, just tell me if you sold it, bro. Come on. And the Ghost Rider shit, I sent it to somebody. And like everything, like I paid someone to come in and pack it and all this. They said every single statue was broke by the time it arrived there, which I'm sure a lot of them were, if not all of them. And so I ended up just taking a real kicking the nuts on it. And I think he waited a couple of years, then ended up giving me, I don't know, maybe 1,500 or $2,000.
Bro, right now, Ghost Rider's about to get redone with like Ryan Gosling or some shit. So yeah,
I used to collect everything. Like if it had, if it was a wallet or a lighter or whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
that's how I was with Bray, man. I was like that with Bray Wyatt, man. Was you a fan? Was you a fan of Bray Wyatt?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. Great dude too. Absolutely.
Love him, man. Anything Bray, like any character, especially the Fiend. I would have loved to see the Fiend do like something with RVD. I think like they missed like the little Riddle and you like being tag team champ.
Matt Riddle is like a team version of him. I love Matt Riddle. I've spoken with him before. He's cool as hell. He's cool as hell. But he reminds me so much of RVD, like as far as like his personality.
He's always been in here that his whole career is.
That made no sense, bro. Like why? I get when you put him with Randy, it's a Rocky shit. And it's the same thing with fucking Rob. It's fucking Rob Van Dam. And Matt Riddle as tag team champions, you're not going to really, like, you will really get beat the fuck up, bro. Like that's a dangerous combination right there. What?
We actually tagged one time in Chillicothe, Ohio for the worst wrestling scumbag ever met.
That's where I'm at, bro. I'm in Columbus.
I was there for that, Rob. I was there for that.
Okay, there you go. I was gonna say after I buried Bad Business Bobby Fulton, I was gonna say that the crowd, when Matt and I were in the ring, the crowd was saying "RV bro, RV bro."
Hey, for real, bro. He is your like your Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean? But I got a fun fact that you guys might not know about RVD. All right.
Cool.
People that know you would say that they consider you one of the biggest mafia history buffs that they've ever met. Which organized crime figure do you believe, I guess, history completely is misunderstood? Like, which one is your favorite out of all like the mafia stories?
I kind of want to name somebody like more obscure for the fans' sake, like people that they're not gonna know anything about, like maybe Sam DiStefano, definitely worth looking up. But also like I want to say I'm like I read about everything La Costa Nostra related. But I'm drawn towards the West Coast more because I live out here. Just like I love Goodfellas, but for me, Casino is like the West Coast version, and so for me that holds a special place in my heart because I love, and I love the history of how they came out west, and most of them are associated with the five families anyway from New York. But there's so much about the New York, and compared to like say, San Diego or whatever. So, but Momo Sam Giancana, I would put him down as far as just grabbing the first name that came to my mind when you asked me, because he's associated with everything from the Hollywood guys, Frank Sinatra, the JFK assassination, to killing the plots to kill Castro. Everything. So he was. I would say he's one of my favorites, but I'm always trying to learn a little bit more about stuff that I haven't heard before.
Yeah. That's why I asked you, because it was like he's a big mafia like historian, and I don't really know too much about the West Coast mafias. I mean, unless they're Mexican, you know what I mean?
All right, so yo, Rob, in life in general, right? You don't really meet too many people you could call your friend, let alone like consider people your family, right? And in professions that you do, whether it's rapping or acting, or I'm sure even wrestling, it's the same thing. Like me and Jeff, we met through a movie set. Like we do a little everything. So like
he does too.
You know what I mean? So who would you say is like the most close to you in the wrestling? Like You go to their house. If you have a signing in their neighborhood, you staying over their crib. They got you. They feeding
Well,
you.
let's just say the closest. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 'Cause I don't, you know who knows how far it goes. Let's say the closest person to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, there would be no question. I would say Sabu on his own complete level.
Wow.
You know, like we're
Damn.
brothers, and have been since I was 18 years old. That was a long time ago, and so you know, he's gone now, obviously.
Yeah,
So
that's why I stopped him. Yeah, I was like, you know what I mean? Because I was like, who knows
yeah,
how far it goes right there.
just
Damn.
what's just a couple days ago on Sunday night, Katie and I were trying to get out of the wrestling. Where was it? We're in Minneapolis for WrestleCon, and we're trying to get home. Our flight's delayed by 6 hours, so we ended up hanging out with Mike Chioda and Rey Mysterio. And Ray had a WWE vehicle because he was doing some stuff. Came and picked us up. We went out to eat and celebrated Kyoto's birthday, which he would have had by himself or with Ray Ray. But anyway, it was just a great time, and we were all like, "Man, we're glad that the flight was delayed."
Yeah.
Katie asked Kyoto, like, "Who are some of your besties?" And the first name he said, "Rob's one of my besties."
Mike Chioda, god damn it. You know what I mean? That's awesome, bro. Because before he was Mr. I guess for Mr. Pay-Per-View, you were Mr. Jump Off the School Roof. I heard you went to Penfield High, and the teachers remembered you climbing on top of the fucking roof, and half the school watched you flip off of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what was technically your first, like, was it like your first live audience? When did you discover like this lore for being like Rob Van Dam, like the high flyer? Was it like wrestling, like, or was it just
No, much younger. It was on a diving board.
okay?
My family every summer would spend, you know, up to 3 months at this campground in Sturgis, Michigan. It's called Green Valley Campground. And it wasn't like a tent in the woods, although you could be if you wanted to, but we were, you know, plugged into electricity. There was a swimming pool, an arcade and stuff. And for us kids, especially the ones that were seasonal, like we all knew each other because we were there year after year. And so for us, it was a great way to grow up, you know, and
Yeah.
and anyway, I lived on that diving board, and I remember like that extreme part of me coming out where if everybody else was super impressed with just a flip and a half, then I had to get that. I had to get it to 2 flips. You know,
Yeah.
everyone else was doing an inward dive. I had to do an inward flip, and so I was like always practicing all day, every day, and and then playing on a trampoline, and then boom, right to the ring. I was ready for it. The ropes, you know, to jump. I saw a girl at the campground one time. She was a gymnast also, and she was standing on a wooden fence that was by the entranceway into the pool, the restrooms, and she was standing on the wooden fence post, and she did a backflip into the ground, and it was just perfect, and she landed, and that just like I was like, whoa, like I don't need to have water under me. Like
It's over now.
I could do a backflip anywhere as long as I land on my feet. Yeah, and then me and my very competitive buddy Dango, he's RIP, but we were just doing them everywhere we could think of, at the mall, off the planners,
Wow.
you know, everywhere. Yeah, so
Penfield High, you know what I mean?
yeah, so yeah, that's the thing is the first half of the school saw me do it, and then they went and got the other half, and the other half so I had to do it again, backflip off, and it was high enough to where, you know, I had to get the boost from their hands.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Climb up.
3, and yeah. So doing the backflip, I got to where I was doing them off the roofs of our houses.
Yeah.
I would hate to have a kid that does that in school. You know what I mean? Like that would.
I was doing that shit as a kid too. That's why I was laughing when I saw it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So
Fucking my knees up.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but we were. Oh, the other half saw it. You know, I had to do it twice. I got suspended, and I had to. I had to stay in the school lunchroom auditorium, whatever it was called, for like the whole remainder of the school
Yo,
year.
you don't have a strand?
Worth it. Don't have what?
You don't have a strand? Like you don't have a strand of weed? Like you don't like
Not currently, but I am working on it, and it's supposed to be rolling out this month, August. There's a website, RVD 420.
Hey,
That's where it'll be. Yeah, and we have CBD that's that they've been pre-selling. I don't know if they're officially selling straight off the site now.
I want some of that shit.
we're all smoking on this episode.
Yeah,
I want some of the shit you smoking on, man.
But the THC stuff can't cross state lines, so you can't just order that from a website. You gotta. Where are you at?
I'm
Ohio.
In Ohio. So
I'm right next to Detroit. So I'm like, I'm going. Listen, man, I'm going where the weed at. I'm from New York, Cleveland, Detroit. I'm everywhere, baby. You're.
Michigan is in phase 2 of our rollout plan. Ohio is not. But
yeah. Hey, either way, man, it's a couple hour drive. It's only two and a half hours. We'll
be man. I literally used to go show from show. You know what I hate? Because I'm so tall and I'm big. Whenever I meet you guys, you're like, damn. Every time I meet you, like, you ever get in the ring? So when I met Paul, right? I'm waiting for Paul to be like, just come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Just like, I got you.
Nope.
I want to be a Paul Heyman guy. You was a Paul Heyman guy.
Yes. Absolutely.
Is it one of those things like in the game?
Yeah. I love Paul Heyman, bro. I love him, man.
Is it like being like made? Is it being made to a certain extent?
Is it like being you?
Made.
Like if Paul Heyman is the kingmaker, basically what he's saying. So if Paul Heyman backs you,
nah, he's like one of the dons. Like he's one of the dons. He's like you one of his guys. So
it would be now. It would be now, but back when when the focus was on me, I might have been the first one. Like I don't know who was before me, but pretty soon he was all in love with CM Punk, and I was like, but what about me? He just kind of moved right on, and so now, yeah, he's moved his way up. So it wasn't like that back then. It was just organic, made sense because I will be a Paul Heyman guy.
You are very much true. The very first Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, Paul's a genius, man. He's a genius.
He's always been on point though. Like he's always been on fucking point.
Yeah, he's
that motherfucker's always like from way back in the days. He knew who was gonna be who.
He has a mind. He got a disadvantage though. He was fucking filming people at like 15 years old and shit on the road. Like he just has a wrestling mind. Like he just fucking groomed. Like you know what I mean?
Hey Rob, you be watching this bullshit? These commercials that they be running now?
What kind of commercials?
On whatever WWE be pulling?
I don't think so.
Like you don't be watching the product?
I haven't been haven't had the chance lately.
It's all fucking commercials. It's I don't know what Triple H got going up there, man.
It's marketing, man. We're in the age of marketing right now. Ads, yeah.
Chill the fuck out, bro.
And is it like the picture in picture still where you can watch the wrestling and the little screen?
No, it's just all
they cut out from the matches again?
Yeah.
Hey, can you come back this Rumble? I need,
I'll try.
This Rumble, man.
We'll put it out. We'll put it out there. RVD said, sure, man. They got my number.
Yeah. I got a question real quick. Just to sidetrack, like the Giant Baba encouraged you to abandon your plain wrestling look, and you got blessed to have a guy like Joe Holland eventually become the artist who was behind all of your airbrush singlets. You and Rey Mysterio, to me, the color waves you guys had, like the diversity, like just the originality was like my favorite outfits, like of all the characters. You remember like the first design that you made, he made for you? You felt like, yo, this is like my guy. Like, you know what I mean? We got a connection now.
Yeah. I met him at a flea market in Savannah, Georgia, and he was doing gas tanks for motorcycles and leather jackets and all kinds of stuff. And I asked him, can you do a wrestling outfit? And he said, I can do anything. And it kind of took him a little while to learn how to get the paint to stick right after the heating process on the nylon and lycra and cotton mix. And he learned, the best one to tell me to get, because the cotton soaks up the paint and blah, blah, blah. But the first one that I had him do, I had this thought in my mind. It was picture me doing that sidekick, the silhouette,
Yeah.
the flying sidekick, and at the end of a lightning bolt. So
Right.
lightning bolt, and then me, and I saw that on the pant leg, and he did it. And so I got it in another color, so I got it in red and in blue. And then just little by little, he would add more and more. Sometimes it would be my idea, but a lot of the times it would just be his idea. Or I might tell him what direction to go, possibly, like if I see something in my mind. But he's done like so many of them, and a good number of them were just him saying he might just say, how do you feel about skulls? I think you'll like this one. Or
Yeah.
Well, look,
That's
bro,
amazing, man.
You still look good, bro. Look, man. I know you be looking around these motherfucking signings, and you be looking at that motherfuckers like, damn.
What signs?
Like you be probably looking around the signings and shit, right? Like
some of the wrestlers, they basically out of shape nowadays. A lot of them.
They out of shape. They're like they all fucked up and everything. You probably
I heard Ahmad was it Ahmad Johnson looks like fucking the Abdullah the Butcher. I was cracking up when I heard that shit. I said, damn. Like it's like people I get it, like we're getting older. I saw JBL doing an interview with fucking Undertaker, and that motherfucker like had a fat suit on. I was like, I get it though, we're getting older, you know what I'm saying? We're rich now. Yeah, I get it, man. I'm not judging, but yeah, you are in great shape, basically.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I guess for me, I mean, I'm consistent, I just have a lifestyle, but it is like a whole lifestyle. So I guess I look at it like if somebody chooses not to live the lifestyle anymore, for whatever reason, then it can become obvious right away. But I think I get over it real quick too. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess he's not, not giving a fuck anymore.
They gave up.
Hey, who knows? And maybe he's been in the hospital.
That's what I say. Hey, I'm not judging. Oh, hey, man, as long as you're alive, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, we are. It tells you a lot
about their lifestyle. Is all. Anyway.
Right.
We indie filmmakers, Rob, and we actually doing we're writing like a script about a wrestler, and like would it be possible? Like you do any cameos or anything like that?
It's possible, dude. Fuck yeah.
If the price is right, baby. Because listen, Rob has already acted in a movie called The Black Mass 2. People don't know that. Yeah. I know a lot of shit, man. He had a giant brain glued to your head. And you worked on set in different departments who spoke Cantonese, Mandarin, and French. And you injure your knee doing a wall backflip.
Yep.
Damn.
Trying to do one.
Fucking good, man. ESPN, call me, bro. I'm out here doing fucking life research on people, dog. I'm gonna know his dog next. Yeah. Tell us about that, because we're independent actors. We're like, we just got done filming a horror movie. We're filming another show coming up in September, well, the end of August, but we do this podcast in the middle of it. From there, how was your experience on the set, man? I know you're already, you guys know when the cameras come on, you gotta perform. So I know it's pretty easy to transition.
Yeah, dude, if you look me up on IMDb, I bet I've been in, I don't know, 15 movies.
Really?
Yeah, at least, probably more. Probably more. So,
Wow.
not counting shorts, because sometimes shorts don't even come out. And I just,
Yeah, yeah.
I forget I did them and shit, and they pop up.
What's like the most memorable movie you've done? Like the one you like doing?
Well, the most memorable is going to be the last one. Right now, that one's tied up. It got released and then pulled back off because the guy that had the right, or the guy that released it, as I'm told, didn't have the rights to release it. And
Yeah, that happens.
anyway, this was it's Night of the Living Dead, and I was, and yeah, this just came out and premiered like last month in July, and then it's like, you know, I have a little tie-in in The Office.
Congrats.
So yeah, so we gotta, yeah, so it's going through some
Yeah,
disruptive or some obstacles.
Yeah.
But
that's
So, yeah,
cool. Congratulations, brother. That's dope.
the year I did 3
Dope.
movies.
Wow.
In 2016, I did 3 movies because I did Three-Headed Shark Attack, and then I did the Sniper movie with Steven Seagal, Sniper Special Ops, and I did Second Chance at Christmas, which was
Come on.
the same guy.
I'm about to go watch that shit tonight,
All
bro.
right,
What
you
the
work
fuck?
with-
Look it up. I mean,
bro, we gotta get a part 2 with you over here. I need to know how that went. Cause like, listen, Steven, did you enjoy that?
The Steven Seagal movie?
Yeah.
Like, no, did you enjoy working with him?
No.
Yes. Let's talk about that real quick before we get you out of here, buddy. Oh.
Yeah, probably not for the reasons you think, though.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Damn it.
nobody worked with them except for one actor.
Oh, got you.
They were like
See?
often they did their own thing on
Yeah.
their own day on their own set, and so it was just an obvious ploy at getting the Van Damme, which isn't even going to put me in mind. Van Damme and Seagal on the cover. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hilarious.
An actor when it comes to that one, But
Hey,
I
that's
did enjoy
awesome.
I mean, I enjoyed that one as far as the acting goes and shit, and it was a great experience where a lot of shit came together for me, and that was 2016. But man, a lot of times I'm around guns and I'm not super comfortable around them. This
Yeah.
time, stress level was like cranked up.
Yeah.
Everyone's like running around. Point the gun down. I am, motherfucker. And finger off the trigger. I fucking am. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like
Point it
Rob
down.
did, guy.
Compensated
Go
you,
get him mad. Go get him mad.
compensated
He
you.
will kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, we will. Everything like we will have over here with our cameo with you would be actually all
It's gonna be
positive and
Gotta be
everything. Yeah, it is. We'll make it make sense, man. We make it make sense. You know what I mean? This is just one of the interviews that we're gonna have, which we love you, man. We love the fact that you're here. This is both an honor for the both me and my man.
Man, what? This is my childhood unlocked, brother.
Yeah, so I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, dude. I'll give you my agent's number. You know what I mean, and then he can keep in touch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please, brother. That'd be
You know what I
awesome.
mean? So, yeah, Rob, thanks, man. Thanks for everything.
Hey, man,
you know,
appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you,
Rob,
brother.
again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We're out of here. Not
Right
for the
on.
Week podcast.
Have a good one, brother.
Now give me my theme music.
Not for the weak.